In our modern world, we often seek quick and easy solutions to everyday problems. One such problem is the presence of rodents in our homes and communities. To combat these unwanted guests, we have developed a range of poisons, known as rodenticides, designed to eliminate them swiftly and discreetly. These poisons, often containing anticoagulants, work by preventing blood clotting, leading to internal bleeding and death in rodents. However, the widespread use of rodenticides has unleashed a silent threat to our environment, particularly to animals far removed from our homes and backyards. These poisons, intended for rodents, do not discriminate in their lethality. Once introduced into the environment, they can be ingested not only by their intended targets but also by other animals that may scavenge on poisoned rodents or consume prey that have themselves ingested the poison. The silent spread of rodenticides through the food chain is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of ecosystems and the unintended consequences of our actions on the natural world. While targeting rodents may seem like a localized solution, the reality is that these poisons can travel far beyond their intended targets, impacting animals miles away from our homes and cities. Animals such as owls, hawks, foxes, and coyotes often rely on rodents as a primary food source. When these predators consume rodents that have ingested poison, they too ingest the toxin, albeit in smaller amounts. Over time, as they consume more poisoned prey, the toxins accumulate in their bodies, leading to a range of health problems and, in many cases, death. Larger carnivores, such as wolves, bears, and mountain lions, can also be affected through a process known as secondary poisoning. This occurs when these apex predators consume prey animals that have themselves been exposed to rodenticides. For example, a wolf that feeds on a coyote that has consumed poisoned rodents will also ingest the poison, further spreading the toxin up the food chain. This ripple effect of rodenticide poisoning through the food chain is a cause for serious concern, as it threatens the health and survival of a wide range of animals. The devastating consequences of rodenticide poisoning are a stark reality for many animal populations. From Southern California's urban landscapes to the American West's wilderness, bobcats face growing threats from rodenticides. Gray wolves, too, are at risk, particularly near human activities. Consuming poisoned prey threatens their survival and population viability. Section 4. A Global Crisis, Study Findings and Their Implications. The devastating impact of rodenticides on wildlife is not limited to isolated cases or specific geographic regions. Scientific studies conducted around the world have revealed the alarming extent of this silent crisis, highlighting the urgent need for action to mitigate the threat to global biodiversity. A comprehensive study published in the journal Science in 2021 analyzed data from over 200 scientific papers and reports, encompassing over 300 wildlife species across 6 continents. The study found that exposure to rodenticides is widespread among wildlife, with detectable levels of these poisons found in over 70% of the species studied. The study also found that rodenticide poisoning is a significant cause of death in many of these species, particularly predators and scavengers. Rodenticides are not only killing individual animals, but they are also disrupting ecosystems by altering predator-prey relationships and reducing biodiversity. The loss of top predators such as wolves and mountain lions can have cascading effects on ecosystems, leading to imbalances in prey populations and potentially triggering a domino effect that impacts the entire food web. Moreover, the widespread use of rodenticides has led to the evolution of resistance in some rodent populations. Addressing this crisis requires a multifaceted approach that includes reducing our reliance on these poisons, developing safer alternatives, and implementing policies to mitigate their impact on wildlife. Section 5. A Glimmer of Hope, the Kiawah Island example. Amidst the grim statistics and alarming trends, there are glimmers of hope. Communities around the world are taking action to address the threat of rodenticide poisoning to wildlife, demonstrating that it is possible to coexist with nature while protecting the creatures that share our planet. One such example is the story of Kiawah Island, a small barrier island located off the coast of South Carolina. In the early 2000s, residents of Kiawah Island began to notice a decline in the island's bobcat population. Concerned about the fate of these elusive felines, a group of residents partnered with scientists from the Kiawah Island Conservancy to investigate the cause of the decline. Their findings were startling. Rodenticide poisoning was identified as a major factor in the bobcat population decline. Armed with this knowledge, the community of Kiawah Island took action. They launched a comprehensive education campaign to raise awareness about the dangers of rodenticides to wildlife. They worked with pest control companies to promote the use of safer alternatives, such as traps and exclusion methods. And they implemented a community-wide effort to reduce rodent attractants, such as unsecured garbage and pet food left outdoors. The results of their efforts have been remarkable. Within a few years, the bobcat population on Kiawah Island began to rebound. Section 6. Towards a solution: combating rodenticide pollution. The story of Kiawah Island offers a beacon of hope, proving that collective action can yield tangible results in mitigating the threat of rodenticides to wildlife. However, addressing this global issue demands a multi-pronged approach, encompassing individual responsibility, community engagement, and policy changes. One crucial step is promoting responsible pest management practices. This involves minimizing the use of rodenticides and exploring safer alternatives, such as mechanical traps, exclusion methods, and habitat modification to deter rodent infestations. Homeowners and businesses can play a significant role by adopting integrated pest management strategies that emphasize prevention and non-chemical control methods. Public awareness campaigns are essential to educate communities about the hidden dangers of rodenticides and the importance of responsible pest control. By understanding the interconnectedness of ecosystems and the far-reaching impacts of our actions, individuals can make informed choices that protect both human health and the environment. Policy changes are also crucial in addressing this issue at a broader scale. This includes stricter regulations on the sale and use of second-generation anticoagulant rodenticides, which pose the greatest risk to wildlife. Furthermore, supporting research into safer alternatives to rodenticides is vital. Section 7. Conclusion: protecting our shared future. The silent threat of rodenticides to wildlife is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things and the unintended consequences of our actions on the natural world. The widespread use of these poisons has created a global crisis, impacting biodiversity and ecosystem health on a scale that demands our attention and action. By embracing responsible pest management practices, raising public awareness, and advocating for policy changes, we can create a future where wildlife and humans coexist in harmony. Protecting our planet's biodiversity is not just an ethical obligation, but also essential for our own well-being. The intricate web of life sustains us all, and the loss of even the smallest creature can have ripple effects that we may not fully comprehend. Our collective efforts today will determine the legacy we leave for generations to come.